Hello. Today I want to tell you about your navel pulse. So, the navel pulse is a really important instrument to kind of get a sense of where your navel center, how strong your navel center is, and to be able to just have another tool to self regulate, to know where you are so that you can know what resources you need to support yourself. So, the navel center is a really important center of your energy body system. And it's also a very important aspect of your health and well being because so much of your energy system moves through the navel. All 72,000 nerves of the body, 72,000 nadis, all move and coalesce through the center of this area. So, in many traditions, it's known as another brain. And it really has so much to do with your gut knowing, your gut instinct, your gut wisdom, and your sensory system. So, the navel center really supports you. Having a strong navel center really supports you to stay steady, to have a strong nervous system, to be centered in your being. And for facing difficulties, challenges, unknowns, uncertainties, having a strong navel center really helps you work from a deeper place of awareness. It also is the foundation for your lower triangle. It helps you really be able to stay steady, but also informed from your own truth. Because the third chakra is the center of individuation of who you are as a human being in this place, where you can start really being informed from your own inner knowing rather than the input of others outside of you. Your navel center is the place that gives you the capacity to act and to commit from this place of knowing what is in truth and in alignment with you. So, identifying your navel pulse is really helpful because it helps you know how strong your navel center is, how it's functioning. It's helpful to know also just kind of where it is so that you can identify. So normally, the navel center, the navel point, so it's an energetic point that is below the navel, like about 1.5 inches and inward. And it has a pulse similar to the heart, where you can really feel the distinctive nature of pulsing. And if you look at the belly button, just kind of find your belly button, the navel pulse can be felt, it can be found just around, kind of like around a ring of the belly. As it gets stronger, it stays more steady. It stays in a certain point more consistently. So it's just helpful to know how your navel pulse is working. And a really great practice to be able to develop the navel pulse awareness is to do stretch pose every day. So you can work with stretch pose 1 minute to 3 minutes a day, and then just be finding and tuning into the navel pulse. So your instrument to tune into the navel pulse is your fingertips. You're going to bring all of your fingertips together. And then I like to always start in the location where my navel pulse is intended to be most apparent, which is kind of in the area below the belly. And it's always easier to find it when you're lying down, I have found. So I'm going to guide you as you're lying down. So you're going to go ahead and just lie down. And the first thing you want to do is activate your navel center. So if you haven't been doing anything to activate it, it's really helpful just to do these really deep breaths. Just take a moment here, center, and you're going to press the navel all the way to the spine, pushing all the air out, and then relax it to allow the breath to come in. And do that again. Exhale, completely push all the air out. And then relax the navel to allow the breath to come in. And we're going to do that one more time. Exhale as you push all the air out. And then relax as you allow the breath to come in. And then just relax here. Just allow the breath to be natural. And see if you can invite yourself to tune in to the navel pulse. Bring your attention and awareness to the area around the belly button. And just begin to receive the navel pulse. Sense into the pulse. You're just building a relationship with your navel pulse. Now, if you are able to sense it, great. If not, that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our fingertips of the dominant hand together to turn it into one fingertip. If you could imagine that it's one fingertip. And then you're going to, if you felt and sensed the navel pulse, you're going to bring your fingers and press deep down to in that area, in that location. If you didn't, I want to just invite you to start like below the belly button and just press deep, keep it steady there, and then just open your awareness to a pulse. And as you keep your hand steady there with the pressure to find that place that's deep in the body, you can open up to the awareness of the navel pulse. Just become open to the sensory experience of a pulse in this area of your body. And as you do that, you might actually notice the pulse being in a different location. And if you do, you can go ahead and just take a moment to shift your hand to that location and see if you can really just be on the pulse itself. Again, I want to invite you to first kind of press down and stay there for a while, receiving the pulse, tuning into the pulse before you shift. So rather than investigating every place to try to find it, I want to invite you to orient yourself to receive the pulse through your awareness, tuning in to your body. And if you don't feel it yet, don't worry. It's happening. You're just opening your attunement to it, your relationship with it. It might still be pretty weak, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just tells you that's what's going on. So this is just a way to investigate and build a relationship with your navel pulse. and to get to know your navel center and how strong your navel center is pulsing at the time. So just give yourself patience and practice and just relax here, let go, and then just open up to the sensory experience of the pulse without the hand. Sometimes when you have the experience with the fingertips, and then you let go and release and you open up and your awareness to it, it becomes more present. Okay, beautiful. Shake that off. Once again, hug your knees in, bring the chin in, just rock up and down. So there is an introduction to finding your navel pulse. You can practice it. You can start really developing just an experience of it. What's really great is that the third chakra, the navel center, is really the primary center that actually has a physical experience about it through the navel pulse. So play with it, have fun, investigate it, let it be a journey of discovery. And you might notice, just so again, it can be above the belly, it can be below the belly, it can be to the sides of the belly. I mean, just give yourself permission to just open and start tuning in. And then what I want to invite you to do is work with the energy of commitment. So commit to working steadily with the navel pulse, building your relationship with it, tuning and adjusting the navel center with stretch pose. Even stretch pose 1 minute a day is a really powerful tool to start tuning in. And stretch pose above any other exercise is an excellent way to tone up your navel center. So I hope this little introduction is of service to you, and I hope that your investigation of the navel pulse is going to be exciting and useful, and I'll look forward to hearing any comments that you have about that experience. Sat Nam.